Today on Future Zone, we're on location at the Harbourfront Centre in Toronto to talk technology with Richard Branson.
What do you think? 1, 2, 3. It's been a long ambition to fly to Toronto, and therefore I'm delighted today to officially announce that in June of 2001 that Virgin Atlantic Airways will commence daily scheduled non-stop services from Toronto to London. I mean, quite soon we will have the internet on our planes, and the technology is coming, so that will happen. And what better place to use the internet than on board planes, where you are sort of captive in a seat for a long time.
Do you use the internet quite a bit yourself? Are you a techno person?
No, I'm not, I'm afraid. Virgin has a lot of involvement in the internet. I just find that I like people, and I just not good at getting stuck behind machines. And also, I'm at that age where I need to get my kids to do all that for me. So.
Do you have a laptop or a computer or any digital toys?
I'm a notebook man. I scribble everything down. In any meetings I have, I write the whole lot down. I found that when I tried a laptop, I found that I lost it all, and I thought, forget it, I'm going to stick to my notebooks. The biggest fond memory I have was landing in a snowstorm in the Northwest Territories a few years ago when we were the first people to cross the Pacific in a hot air balloon, and hitting this frozen lake was the most wonderful experience of my life. I didn't realize we were 800 miles from civilization, but I didn't think we were going to cross the Pacific alive, and I thought we were going to end up in the Pacific in a ferocious storm. So arriving in Canada that day was the most wonderful experience of my life. We have registered the name Virgin Intergalactic Airways, and we are trying to be the first people to take package holidays into space and set up a Virgin Hotel. And there's lots ahead, but not living in the
Welcome to Future Zone. Virgin Atlantic is now flying between Toronto and London, and we have Richard Branson with us. Richard, I want to talk about the onboard experience, because I think for so long, flying was sort of, well, we accepted less, I think. So tell me about the onboard experience now.
Well, sadly, I think most people have to expect less still today, because most airlines seem to treat passengers like cattle and don't know how to entertain them. At Virgin, we like to have fun. We like to entertain our passengers. If you're sitting in our economy class, we have, for about 10 years now, given people 16-channel video systems, Nintendo games, Sega games, interactive television, big choice of films. We've given people more legroom if they want to pay a little bit more. If you're sitting in the front end of the plane, you have stand-up bars, you have lounge areas, you have manicurists, you have masseuses, you have sleeper seats, you have limousines to and from the planes, you'll have the internet on board the plane by the end of the year. You'll be able to get your email. We like to try to be one step ahead.
As Minister of Tourism, I'm very excited that 500 more tourists every day coming from London, from the UK, into Toronto and into Ontario. And certainly the province of Ontario as well is going to partner with Virgin Atlantic to do a marketing campaign to bring even more tourists here to Ontario. So folks, I'm very pleased to introduce Sir Richard Branson. Sir Richard.
We've been looking forward to coming to Toronto for many years, and we're really happy that finally the Virgin has arrived.
The flight was absolutely superb, wonderful time, and as usual, it was a good party on board. The Virgin Atlantic always have a good party on board an inaugural flight.
We're putting a brand new 747-400 on this route in August, and it's coming straight from Seattle, straight from Boeing's factory. So it'll have every gadget and every toy that Virgin has got for the rest of the world.
We're about to put our first second-generation video-on-demand aircraft in the air in November when our next 747-400 comes down the line at Boeing. And there you'll be talking about 200 films, people being able to access the internet. We'll have our own narrow web. The technology is really starting to stabilise, and I think where you'll see us really concentrating, which is perhaps our forte, with the heritage of entertainment background, is to look at what we actually put on the system and make it really vibrant for passengers. We've certainly, so far, won all the entertainment awards consistently for in-flight entertainment on aircraft, and we're going to carry on winning. One of the reasons that we went into the seat-back television market so early and had them on all our planes nearly 10 years was that we knew that it was going to be a huge challenge to do that, but nevertheless we would gain huge amounts of expertise in doing that. It's no good just having television seats in the back of your aircraft, it's what you put in there, and we've got a very, very talented team that makes all the programming and everything we do on the aircraft, all the services, really different and distinctive from many of our competitors, and that's where, if you like, the next battleground will come, and I think that's where we have lots of ideas and very often excel.
The most common system on the planes is called Odyssey, and it's got 20 video channels, or 22 video channels. It's got 12 movie channels, it's got 8 TV channels, and then it's got a sky map channel, which is just basically, it tracks the flight as you're traveling and tells you where you are and what speed the plane is going and so on. There's an arts channel which is called V People, and within that we produce a lot of our own programming. The music channel is all, we do interviews with bands, we have our own presenters, and then we do celebrity interviews. We interview people like Sam Mendes and Terry Gilliam and Richard Harris. At the moment we have Nintendo games, and I think they've increased that. I think the Odyssey system has maybe 20, 25 games. It has some quite good ones as well. One of my favorites like Street Fighter 2, Mario Brothers. Then it's got the more traditional ones. Then also the Arcadia system, which is another system that we run, which also has Nintendo, and it's got PC games as well, which is like Tetris and golf and stuff like that. But the main one is Nintendo. That's like the main provider of games for Virgin Atlantic at the moment.
When we last talked to you, you said you don't use technology much, you don't even use a laptop. Has that changed at all? Have you tried any new digital toys?
Nope. No, I mean, it's... I just love a notebook where I can, write everything down, tick everything off. And I think one of the problems is I'm running all the time. I don't even have time to sit down and actually learn to use Palm Pilots or whatever. One day I'll get my children to sit me down and I'll sort it out.
So we're looking into the future. A final thought then on what's next for you personally over the next couple of months, let's say. You won't be back in a balloon anytime soon, from what I understand.
No, at the moment, the only big thing we're looking at is we formed this company, Virgin Intergalactic Airways, and we're hoping one day to be able to take people into space. But over the next couple of months, that's a few years off. We're trying to sort out Britain's train system. We've got 950 new carriages and train sets arriving, mostly from Bombardier in Canada. The first arrived last week. They're beautiful trains. That's a big challenge. We're also talking to Bombardier about buying their jets and putting on an all business class jet service to smaller cities around the world. And I'm off to Nigeria next week. We're launching a service there, so we've got lots happening.